Hello everybody, welcome back to City Skylines. I've calmed down now from my previous episode of the ferry disaster. It seems to be running nice and smoothly now, so that's pretty cool. In the meantime, I added a couple of buildings, so I added the posh mall that I unlocked. Also chucked in a couple of these kind of parking garage structures that I got from the workshop. Put a couple more over here as well behind the big mall we've got over here. I am now just waiting, and actually I just noticed I've hit 500,000 again. Waiting for my bank balance to go back up a little bit. The reason is I wanted to place my symbol of ultimate power, the city hall that I downloaded from the workshop. It's a very kind of communist style thing that I'm going to just chuck right here, and something I can kind of oversee the entire sort of city with. So yeah, there we go. There's our government building. What I'm going to do is probably just build a road running all around that. So that's not good. I guess we have to have a little gap there. That's fine though. Yeah, the one over. Does it have to lock into that? It's a bit annoying. Wait. That's weird. I can't run that right in there. There we go. That's better. That's right up against it now. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. And then we were kind of want one running along the back as well. Perfect. There we go. Our palace. Nice. What I think we're going to do today is continue just chucking in some more kind of interesting buildings that we've got unlocked. Man, I love the highway coming in like that. I think it looks awesome. So I think the first thing I want to do, actually, I'm kind of waiting a little bit until morning, which is just coming up, which is good. I think I will put a university over here, actually. It's going to be like the kind of central university. Be quite nice, I think, to have that on the city centre. Just want to connect this road back up a bit. Okay, sorry about that. My video stopped recording there for some reason. Basically all I've done though is I've filled out the kind of remaining kind of road network that I wanted on this sort of this central island, and also chucked in the university. So this is kind of like the central university for the city, sitting in the shadow of Fortress of Doom there. I figured I'd build them a little campus. So we've got like we've got the central building, but then we've also got a little undergraduate library here, some parking, some sports facilities and stuff. So yeah, there's some pretty happy students here, I think. I kind of want to now just chuck in some of these other buildings that I've unlocked. So I've got some cool stuff here, which I want to use up. Aquarium, do I want to put that in here? I might have an aquarium here, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. This is all going to be kind of cultural stuff, right? So, what I do actually want for sure here is my modern art museum. I definitely think we should whack that maybe in this little space that we have here. It's quite long as well, so that will kind of fit in nicely there, I suppose. Maybe, yeah, right on the corner like that, I think. Nice, that looks pretty funky. That was quite expensive. I've got to keep an eye on the old budget, just because trying to unlock that building ruined me a little bit. So I had to keep an eye on things. What else have we put in though? What else is kind of cool? Don't know if I should put a stadium on this central island maybe. I've got a football stadium, but I'd probably put that a little bit further out. But we do have a proper proper sporting stadium, although it's quite expensive for at the moment. I'm not sure exactly where we can put that. Maybe the stadium can go in this kind of space here. If I leave that open, that'd be kind of quite a nice space for a stadium here, I think. Let's see what else I can put in. So I had the science center. Yeah, that needs to go in somewhere, I think. Maybe they can go in one of these. That's quite big. Where can we fit this? I feel like I kind of want to keep this cool stuff kind of central. I wonder if I can fit this in here as well next to the museum, so it's kind of like a art and science area. Be quite cool. Perfect fit. Nice. Oh, check that out. That looks awesome, right? So what we're going to do, I think, is we kind of want to keep... I might make this a park, actually. I might get rid of this road here and make this into a big park. Both of these areas would make quite nice sort of park areas, wouldn't they? Let's do that. That's quite cool. Now let's have some... What I might start doing is, while I'm waiting for my funds to go back up to build some more cool buildings, I'll start filling in the rest of this stuff. We can probably get some quite big parks in here, actually. Park with trees. Do we want to use our large tropical park? Maybe it might be better. Park with trees here, maybe. And what we can do is run a little footpath between them. That'd be quite nice. Man, I feel like I need to make more use of footpaths, actually. I feel like I should be having footpaths running everywhere, but let's see. That's quite nice. And then maybe a path running over there and some more trees dotted around. And beech trees. I do like the beech trees. They're quite nice. There's a few along here. So we've got a nice little park area there as well. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That looks quite nice. Man, I think I'm gonna have to rethink some of this. Demand for residential is quite high, although that's almost connected up, I think. Okay, so that all seems to be building up quite nicely. We've got a little kind of fancy beachfront area along here. This area is kind of mainly commercial. We've got some nice parks going on here behind the Fortress of Doom, and in fact that needs to be renamed as your City Hall. Yeah, okay. So, I think the final thing we want to do, there's one last building I want to chuck in here, and that is the stadium, which I think will fit just quite nicely into this little gap here. Perfect, look at that, that looks awesome. And then what I'm going to do behind it is, for realism's sake, let's chuck in a parking lot. Oh, that one looks horrible. Let's try a different parking lot. I might get rid of that asset actually. I guess we'll go with the classic minimalist ones. I like these. Maybe what we can do is run a row between them and then have a bunch of parking lots. Maybe just put some trees around the edges, just to make it look a bit nicer. Okay, there we go, our stadium. Can we actually move those over by one? That'd be really handy. Okay, so then we can maybe have some trees along each side as well. Yeah, there we go. That's much nicer. Maybe a path along there for the hell of it. Nice. That's our stadium. That looks really cool. I like that. I'm happy with that. So there we go. One last thing. We need to make this an actual district. And what I think I'm going to do is, let's paint the district first. Okay, there we go. Since this is the actual city centre, let's actually call it as your, oops, my typing is pretty awesome. As your city. Now I want to do a couple of little tweaks to this. First things first, let's give it the old okay, seems to have high-tech housing on my default now, which is quite nice. What I'm going to do though is, and this should be interesting to see what happens because I've never done this before, is Let's make it a tourism specialty. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure what that's going to do. I guess we'll find out. I might speed up time a bit and we'll see what pops up. I think that'll do for this session though. I think next session we will probably start putting some more transport lines and stuff in now, because I feel like we kind of need to get some more bus lines, maybe put a train line in, and also get some metro lines put in would be quite nice. And you know what? Maybe with more ferries if I don't kill myself trying to make them again. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.